Alright, so this is an intro video for AP Chem for next year. What I want you guys to do is really make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into. And look, that's how some people look sometimes in my class, like the cat. So, what is the summer work? The cat says. Well, first key point of the summer thing assignment sheet that you got is we have a group code, Edmodo. I use Edmodo instead of Edline for getting materials out. It seems like it's easier. This is your Edmodo code. So if you haven't joined the group, the first thing you have to do before June 5th is join the group. So you join the Edmodo group. That's muy importante. That's Spanish for very important. And then what you want to do is make sure that Edmodo can notify you either through an email address or a text message. This is the primary way that I communicate with you through Edmodo. Is through Edmodo. So you have to make sure that you are able to receive and check the updates on Edmodo. Okay? Other summer assignment key point is there is a used chemistry book that is very good for problem solving. It's called General Chemistry by Hill and Petrucci. The ISBN number is there. You can purchase this book for like $1. It actually takes more to ship it than the actual cost of the book. It would be a good idea if you could buy one. If you can't find one, not a big deal. But it's a good book for reference. I would suggest you purchase one. If you look right here on Amazon, oh wait, it's not even $1. You can buy one for 1 cent and then $3.99 shipping. So I would go and purchase that book, punch the ISBN number in on Amazon, and it'll come right up. The other thing is I use a system of... One of the key things about my classes I teach, I use a flipped classroom. So what that means is some of the content you're going to learn is going to come from the YouTube channel Shark Chem right there. If you notice, like here's an example of a quick review on acid-base calc. Some of you guys may have seen these in honors. In AP, you're going to be responsible for some of the content through YouTube. So what I do is I teach core concepts or simplified concepts or intro concepts. So those things you'll be doing at home, and then we'll apply them in the classroom the next day. Key points so you know what you're getting into, because this year I had about 10% of the kids that took AP had to withdraw at semester with either a D or an F, a lot of Fs. So before you decide to make sure that this class is for you, make sure that you understand a couple key things. There's homework every night. There are 167 assignments in this class by the time you are done. So there's pretty much homework every single night over break. So as you get into it, you know that. The topics in this class can be difficult. My job is to make them as easy for you to understand as possible and to help you, but it all depends on your effort. So like I know some kids rely on some of the Facebook groups, or you copy homework from your friends to get through honors chemistry, and you just try and get assignments done versus really understanding them. My class, you can't survive my class by doing that. There's just the concepts are too difficult. We move too quickly. You can't book a tutor every other day. It's just not going to be possible. So if you rely on a tutor, if you rely on Facebook, you can't just do that. You have to keep doing your work. It's good to get supplemental information. It's good to work with someone outside of class. I get that. But you have to be responsible for completing your homework, checking the answers, and then submitting it each morning. If you don't do the homework and you're not checking to make sure you understand it every single day, eventually you're going to be sad, because what's going to happen is you'll start to impact your grade. My class is 100% effort. It's what effort you put into it will basically allow you to develop an understanding of general chemistry. It's effort, and homework slacking will be a problem and a big issue. With that being said, there are 5 key points of the deal that you and your parents have to fill out. One is the completion of the summer assignment. I require you guys to do some reaction writing. You should know naming the first day of school and all your polyatomic ions and solubility rules. There will be quiz list links that I will post online in the coming week that tell you exactly what you have to complete with worksheets and stuff like that. Your test, your first assessment in my class, will be a test on that information the first day of school. And yes, it counts. It does count. Some kids think, oh, it doesn't count. It goes right into your grade average. In fact, some kids got a lower grade first quarter because of it. So you have to come ready. Problem setups, units are considered non-negotiable. Labels, all those things. This is AP Chemistry. Every AP exam, there are points for labels, setups, and then numbers. If you have a problem with labeling and setups, I'm not going to keep reminding you. Your homework starts at automatic half credit and gets docked from there. So it is automatically required. It is non-negotiable that all the homework has labels on it, meaning units, has setups, numbers. We don't not show any stuff on the homework. Extra credit. I am reducing the amount of extra credit in my class compared to last year to a degree. One key thing is there's 2 forms of extra credit that will help you with your grade. There's practice tests, which will help you, and intos, which help you on your test grades. And I do allow you to drop 1 test per semester if, and those are the key things, once per semester you can drop your lowest test score. But in order to do that, you basically cannot miss any test during the semester for any reason and have no missing homework assignments. So no missing homework assignments, and you show up to every single test day, you are able to drop your lowest test score. Regardless of TLE, whatever, there's 2 forms of extra credit. If you're not in class to take the test, leads to this. The fact is, people miss an assessment, they blue pass out or whatever it is. You are required to take a makeup exam that covers the exact same objectives, but because you're taking a makeup exam, it will be a different set of questions in a different format. So keep in mind that if you're not here on testing day, your makeup is not going to be the exact same test, because some kids dodge tests so they can get more information on the test and figure out what it is they need to study. That really won't help you if that is your MO in some of your classes. Every unit test in AP Chemistry, which is pretty frequent, is a cumulative test. So you're responsible for all the objectives. So like, for example, we have 5 unit tests. There are 5 unit tests per semester, which means each unit test, all the objectives that you've learned up until that point, you're responsible for each unit test. So keep in mind, you're not allowed to learn something in Chapter 3 just because we're on Chapter 6 or Chapter 7 doesn't mean that you're not going to be asked questions on it, because the reality is at the end of the day, the exam is very, very difficult in this class. I know all AP teachers tell you my class is more difficult, my class is more difficult. If you're not sure, ask some of my students. They will tell you that the test and the homework and everything is much more rigorous. All right? So I wanted to give you an introduction. I want you to read the deal, sit down with your parents, think about it, because if it doesn't sound like your cup of tea, it won't be your cup of tea. If you really want to learn chemistry in a supportive environment that has some specific expectations. I have high expectations for the quality of your work and the effort that you put in. If it sounds like a deal to you, accept the deal, fill out the paperwork, and give it to me. If it doesn't sound like your cup of tea, no big deal, but I would make sure that you maybe, drop the class. Or if you're excited and it sounds like a good deal, I will see you in August. Hope you guys have a good break and stay out of trouble.